Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, where we are playing as New Canaan. In the previous session, everything kicked off. The White Legs finally declared war on initially the Tar Walkers, and then after they fell against us. And after a bit of a panicked defense around Payson having fallen 3 or 4 times, we managed to hold them at the street of Provo, basically forming a line here, where we held them off, counterattacked, took the Manti ruins, forced a breakthrough, and then our motorized units were able, or our special forces units, were able to punch through and actually take a bunch of their victory points, eventually rushing down to Lincoln and taking that as well. And then once Lincoln fell, the White Legs fell. So we did get a victory in that, but we are now saddled with a bunch of problems. We still have the Followers' Influence, which hasn't actually gone up. We've got the Decadent Clutches still. Shattered Economy. Resource gain efficiency -10, civilian to military conversion cost +20, and then production efficiency cap -25. The war with the White Legs has shattered our economy into pieces. Every workshop was straining to deliver the demands of war, and now they seem unable to do much but produce weapons of war. The economy will take work to recover its post-efficiency. We've got the warmongering disposition. +20% improved relations maintain cost. -15% trade deal opinion factor, which is bad for us because we are very much a trade economy. And send volunteer tension limit -15. So we can send volunteers more easily. Our conquest of the White Legs has gained us a vast swathes of territory, and a sour relationship with the tribes we preach amongst. They worry that we may turn and conquer them after our successes to the south. While we have no plans of doing this, the reputation remains. We've got rampant corruption, political power gain -30, division organisation -10, and then consumer goods factories 20%. Good grief. A combination of our past decadence and our victories against the White Legs have meant that corruption is rampant within our society. A few caps in the right hand can land you almost anything, be it spiritual or material. The corruption was tolerable during the war, but now it's beginning to bite. We still have the Medics of the Lord, religious immigrants, church schools, and profits from the Utah caravans. Right, well, we also have a whole new part of the focus tree, which is finally open, so we can combat our poor reputation, we can get the riches continuing to flow, and then eventually leading down to a return to normality, and then hopefully protect the trade routes, where there it is, safeguard trade routes, which will allow me to finally change my manpower law. So, combat poor reputation. Warmongering disposition replaced with rekindled peace building. Relations improvement goes up. Trade deal opinion goes up. Volunteer limit goes up. That's fine. Withdraw from the south. Caesar's Legion influence in the White Legs shall be crushed. We release the White Legs as a puppet. Do I really want to do that? All of our puppets shall gain 200 caps, so we don't actually have any puppets. The White Legs shall be released as a faithful puppet state, occupying their heartlands and some western timekeeper states. Swords into plowshares. Mobilization law goes to settlement levies. Aha! So this is one of the ways that we can change our manpower law. Wait, no. That's going down. That's what we have right now. Yeah, okay, we don't want to do that. Oh man, this is a horrible side. Gain infrastructure in all the new territories. Tar Walkers are released as a puppet. We gain stability. Educate the tribals. We shall assist all the tribes we have Mormon missions with. They gain +10% research speed. That's quite good. Then the Peacekeepers once more. Replace rekindled peace building with Protectors of the Peace. Opinion relation goes up. Improved relation. Yeah, so basically we will lose the bad opinion. Riches continue to flow. Decadence and wealth. Requires Jeremiah Rigdon as the current leader. Replace destroyed economy with bandaged economy, so this is just a slow recovery. Caravan guards will get us 4 units of well-trained and well-equipped caravan guards. Levy tariffs will get more civilian workshops. Political power will lose stability. Rampant corruption reduced to widespread bribery instead. Scavenge the battlefield. We gain a bunch of caps. We also gain a bunch of .45s. Every core state we own will gain 2 levels of infrastructure. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's a good thing I was only leveling up to level 8, because that would actually upgrade everything. Except for the 2 which we have already done, so we should really have upgraded to level 6 in the capital provinces. Change trade law to open to traders. I think that we already have that. Born at the expense of the locals, or settle the occupation strip. Gain core in Jericho, Vault 24, Noon, Nephi, and Manti Ruins. I quite like that. Protect Utah. Guarantee every country within the Utah state. Interesting, interesting. I think we need to do riches must flow. I don't care so much about our reputation right now. Those spirits just keep going on and on with their awfulness. Yeah, they're not great. I actually have a feeling that if we'd lost, we probably would be in a slightly stronger position. Recruitable population, war support, division attack, although we don't know what the Holy Flames Quenched gives. Rapid mobilization, that's a low level one. Demand the tribes of Utah submit to Joshua Graham's leadership. So that basically allows us to annex the other tribes, I think. A bunch of new cores. Cores the lands of the Sorrows and the Dead Horses. And if you've puppeted them, you'll also annex them. Religious stabilization. And either militarize the people or rely on tribal battalions. And then we can't expect God to do all the work. Demand our rightful territories. Rebuild and regroup. This... I mean, this would still be shattered economy. Replace open to traders with distrust outsiders. Oh, no, 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 no. Can't be doing that. All manpower laws will be unlocked subject to the usual conditions, so that would allow us to get our military up and running faster. Convoys, naval dockyards, retooled economy. I don't think that either side is particularly good, but we're going to go with this. And my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in the glory of Jesus Christ. Alright. We also have 12 more factories to use. Oh, speaking of which, how's our construction right now? Okay, so we have precisely 0 factories. Fantastic. And a whole lot of repairs to be done. Let's get the civvies first. That is a lot of damage. Crikey. I mean, it's not really badly damaged, so it shouldn't take too long to recover. But that's a lot of stuff. And then the militaries, yeah, crikey. Okay. And our consumer goods usage right now is 40%. Eesh. Alright, so what should we produce? The other thing I was going to do was take a look at my army templates, because I was not very happy with how the Disciples of God divisions worked. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to remove the special forces from these guys completely. And we're going to turn these into part motorized, part mechanized. We will also be switching the tribal faithful to motorized. And then we're going to create a new division template, which is going to be the special forces. And the special forces will be special forces and heavy artillery. New Canaan losing was the Canaan ending, wasn't it? I think so. I like that even if you lose the first war, it's not an automatic game over. Yeah, that's cool. They're not meant to be good, they're meant to recover, and it's more about the last part of the tree. Yeah, I know that a lot more opens up once we get beyond this bit. When we get down to here. I think this is when we can really start to see some growth. So, what I've said there is we're going to need more of those, we're going to need more of those, we're going to need a lot more of those. Although we do have a definite shortage of circuitry. What's using circuitry? Cars and gun trucks. Interesting. Oh, but that means that we... I want to make sure that we keep all of this stuff in production, because otherwise we lose the efficiency, and that would suck. So that means we've got one more, which we'll put onto guns, I think. Actually, no. The guns we have, it's actually upgrading our units that we need to do most. So it's going to be something like this. And then I'll just do that so we can see how many are damaged. Is the sub-resub notification system broken? Shouldn't be. I can check. The Fallout DLC can help the Sorrows in New Canaan. Yeah, I know. No spoilers for that. Haven't actually done that. I'm literally at, like, the gate which leads you to where the Happy Trails caravan is. So playing as New Canaan was definitely a bit of a gamble for that. But I want to play it myself. Mordred is following. Yeah, that's just how you can test it. Alright, otherwise... Oh, the other thing I should mention is there has been another update. So I am really hoping that this hasn't broken the save. I haven't had a chance to test it yet, so we're about to find out. So far, so good. Oh yeah, do we have any of these that we need to do? Huzzah! Actually, yes, I want to continue follow our agriculture experts. This will get us some more water and also another building slot in the Mineral Mountains. Do it. Oh, the decision's repeating. Not yet. Whitelegs buckle. Following recent military defeats across their home territories, invading forces, Whitelegs seem to be making a last stand. Soon, they will collapse under the weight of the enemy forces. This has already happened. And scatter across the wastelands. Time will tell if these isolated and desperate groups may pose an even bigger threat to our nation than the centralized Whitelegs force. If the Whitelegs are annexed, become a puppet, or lose ownership of their capital, an event will fire reasonably soon after their collapse, unlocking an alternate path to completing New Canaan and Glory focus. Do not fear. The focus tree is not... Oh, this is actually one of the things I added in the patch to say this is working as intended. If the Whitelegs are annexed, become a puppet or lose ownership of their capital, an event will fire reasonably soon after their collapse, unlocking an alternate path to completing the Canaan and Glory focus. Do not fear, the focus tree is not broken. As we just saw, because we just did it. If it breaks, am I going to stream the Happy Trails DLC for New Vegas? Could do.
What's up?
I was actually thinking I'd just go back to Kaiserreich, but yeah, we could do. Right, we still have horrible manpower shortages. 3,000 troops short. I don't want you guys moving if I can avoid it. Now, who's dangerous around us? Probably the 80s. They can't cross here. They could only cross up there in the north. And the war between Heaven's Gate and Highchapel is raging on. Highchapel actually seems to be winning right now, which is kind of hilarious. Will the rabble unite the radioactive wastes of the old United States? I'm sure they can. Welcome back, Sindrin. We had a good session yesterday of puns. You missed out.
What's up?
Oh, man. 3 separate, disparate areas that I've got to work with. Ugh. Right, well. The smallest group is up there. I think the biggest group is there, so we'll do this. 7, 13, 6. Get into those positions, build up some planning preparation, because it is definitely our planning preparation which is very, very powerful. The war may have been won, but at what cost? Whilst it raged, our flock at home suffered terrible hardships from the Whitelegs and the Canaanite alike. Corruption was rife, with greasing the right palms becoming almost a necessity to survive, and it remains in endemic proportions even now that the war is over. The economy is close to collapse, having been strained by the fighting, and to make matters worse, even our closest tribal allies are eyeing us with suspicion now that we occupy vast swathes of land that isn't ours. We, the congregation, therefore face a choice. Do we throw our support behind Jeremiah once more, or do we choose a new leader? Jeremiah certainly saw off the Whitelegs aptly, and he seems keen to reform the economy, but there are doubts about how far he may go to combat the corruption. Daniel, meanwhile, has pledged to reform the church and eliminate corruption, but he is less willing to follow through with the necessary economic reforms. Who shall lead the flock forwards? Daniel is a charismatic leader. Blessed are the merciful. Improved relations increases. AI modifier focus on peace. So Daniel's less likely to go aggro, and bringing him in would mean more power for the oligarchs, which I'm guessing are the elites. Change in power for oligarchy. None of these are oligarchy. The other question would be, if we went Daniel's side, we can either fall back to scripture or teach the 9 beatitudes. Rampant corruption with widespread bribery. Loads of new factories. I do like that. Improving the economy. Cause. Must have completed the white path, so we couldn't do this. Decentralize the church, unlocks decisions to ally neighbouring tribes and provide off-map industrial complexes. Or cement authority, unlocks decisions to bring the neighbouring tribes into the fold. And then squash the corruption. Monetary apathy. What's your end one? Widespread bribery. So you get 3 building slots. You get 6. If you go that way. Or we can fall back on scripture. Replace theological confusion with religious stabilization. So we don't have theological confusion, I don't think. Although that may be something which happens if Daniel comes into power. Reach out to the tribes. Reach out to the tribes that we have a mission with. He will send 200 of their best warriors to join our fight. So we gain a bunch of manpower. 3 building slots. Rampant corruption with widespread bribery. Unlocks decisions to puppet the Sorrows, the Crazy Horns, and the Dead Horses. Whitelegs gain an event. The exiled Canaanites reach out. Wait, what? We'll send an offer of an alliance to the Whitelegs with the understanding that they shall return our old lands if they accept. Well, we didn't lose. Oh, that's Canaan in Flames, that's Canaan in Glory, so we have to do the 9 Beatitudes. So this really is a decision. Do we want to keep Rigdon in power, or do we want to give Daniel a chance? Bearing in mind, just for a little bit of flavour, that it was Daniel. That's the trader. The silver-tongued and pious Daniel offers to help us negotiate with the Utah traders. So there is that. So how does this affect the economy again? Shattered economy goes down to bandaged economy. Widespread bribery becomes monetary apathy. So we still have a really big negative on the consumer goods. And that only goes down to bandaged economy. I think that Rigdon actually repairs the economy. Yeah. Oh no, that's bribery. There. So Rigdon does repair the economy 1 step better. So production efficiency cap will stay high, construction speed and resource gain efficiency. Hang on, production efficiency cap plus 15. That might actually be more than what it starts. No, we'll still be a minus 10. So, here it is. We are going to make a choice. But Jeremiah knows how to do capitalism. That's true. I mean, that's the thing. Like, Rigdon is like the capitalist, but Daniel's the trader. So, either are kind of acceptable to me. And this being, apparently, a democracy. Albeit a corrupt one, so my usual rule, where the subscriber votes count for double, feels really, really appropriate right now. So if you would like your votes to count double, and if you would like to be a more proper, a first-class citizen of New Canaan, then make sure you're a subscriber and your votes for the new ruler will count for double. Have to choose between the cause and the economy. That's true. Like, Daniel does come with the extra factories and the more core. Well, Rigdon has a cause as well. Rigdon, you do get the choice between whether to go the puppet or the core. Whereas with Daniel, it's just puppets. Just coring, sorry. Alright, here is the vote. Vote, vote, vote. If you are on mobile, /vote space 1 is a vote for Daniel. /vote space 2 is a vote for Rigdon. So if you are on mobile, you can vote. Vote number 1 is for Daniel, vote number 2 is for Rigdon. If you are on a PC or other device that actually shows chat properly, then you will see a chat thing above the chat. A vote thing above the chat. Just the name Daniel sounds fishy in a Hearts of Iron 4 game. That's a good point. Yes, Daniel gets cores too. In fact, I think Daniel getting cores is easier. Because Daniel's cores were right there. And then need to make a choice between cement authority or decentralize the church. So we can either ally the neighbouring tribes and provide off-map industrial complexes, which I like the sound of, or cement the authority where we basically annex them, from what I understand. Gonna have to go with Jeremiah because I haven't seen the ahistorical route yet. Yeah, I wish they actually made a nice mobile app instead of this. Unfortunately, that's just the way with many companies. Where's my overview gone? It's disappeared. There it is. Got about 10 seconds left, so get your votes in. This is still remarkably close. Alright, so Rigdon the capitalist, the saviour of New Canaan, has lost. Therefore, Daniel the trader is our new ruler. Daniel's soft touch is the way forwards. Political power gain plus 5%. Rigdon's well liked, so that's improved relations opinion. This is political power gain. I think political power gain is actually going to be better. Alright. And there we go. Daniel is now the boss man. So I'm guessing that we're not going to be able to complete this. Yeah, I don't think so. Right, so, in pious hands. Gets the event, soft hands of the holy. Maybe there is no place left in this world for mercy, but even if it tramples me into the dust, I shall never accept it, and I will never condone it. So we switched from capitalism to simply good business. Yeah, basically. Speaking of caps, can we buy any stuff yet? I'm not the only one that's been complaining about the fact that you can't actually ever use the black market. Because the AI is just so hungry and buying all the stuff up that you never get an opportunity. Anyway, we are now very much in repair mode, so hopefully we can get this stuff repaired. It's just going to be a repair over time job. Nurino took 3 states. Yakuza have been annexed. Crazy Horns have cancelled their Lend-Lease. That's fine. It looks like NCR have actually stabilized against the Legion. I think mostly because the river here is meaning that the Western Brotherhood can't be stabbing them in the back quite so hard. They still have a little bit of an army here, supported by the port. Soft hand to the holy. Daniel's approach to all things theological has always been a comforting appeal to the tribes we preach in. Pledging to spread unity and compassion, Daniel is named the new president of the church, but has been cautioned against perusing some of the more drastic reforms by the influential traditional bloc of the church. Fortunately, he has more pressing concerns to focus his attention on for the time being, including deciding on a policy regarding tribal converts to the faith, as well as dealing with the dark stain of decadence on the nation. If he can deliver his bold promises, the church will surely be more united and more powerful than ever before. But his path will not be smooth sailing. So be it, Lord. And we also got a new piloting upgrade. I'm going to continue working on this. Teach the 9 beatitudes. Rampant corruption will go down to bribery. Kazoo Raptor, thank you very much for the raid. Hello to all of Kazoo Raptor's viewers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What were you just playing? Why is it 90% of the time I try to watch you live, it pops up with you hosting somebody? Because I'm usually hosting somebody when I'm not live. And Big Iron, thank you very much for the bits. Very much appreciate that. Can we see what the divide looks like on this map? You'll have to be a little bit more specific. What's the divide? The Beatitudes of Matthew are fundamental to the Church of Latter-day Saints, and they shall see us through these dark times. By reminding people of our roots, we shall depart from the sins that lead us to these dark times. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for the righteous sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when men revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Blessed are those who are trading and make loads and loads of cash. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for so men persecuted the prophets who were before you. Bloody hell, that was a mouthful. Lonesome Road map. That still doesn't narrow it down. He was beating down the Moors with other things in Medieval 2. Oh, interesting. Is that the new... No, Medieval 2 is just the straight thing. I was thinking Attila as a new Medieval mod, 1212. A strip of land west of New Vegas where the Lonesome Road DLC is set. I haven't done Lonesome Road, so I don't know where that is. West of Vegas. So, yeah. I'm assuming it's this bit. Oh, you mean along 15? Medieval 2 Total War been done over by some of the more antiquated elements of the game. Yeah, I'm not sure that I could go back to the older Total Wars. They'd be difficult. But I really like the look of the new 1212 mod for Attila. It basically looks like Medieval 3 would be, but in the excellent Attila engine. You were looking at it, Hopeville, that's the one. Okay. Yeah, I really need to play more New Vegas. I really do. Just time. Time is forever the enemy for me. Alright, we are still producing political power, albeit extremely slowly. So we need to be rather careful on how we spend it. 9 Beatitudes are going to take 60 days to complete. This will actually regain us some political power and also organisation. Wait, did that cost organisation? Corruption. Where's the corruption? Yeah, corruption was also killing organization. Okay.